Good afternoon. My name is Stacy Ford. I'm 33 years old. I'm from Casey County originally. I reside in Danville now. I am a mother of three. I've been married for 5 years. This year will make six. Me and my husband have been together for 13 years. I want to tell you a little bit about myself, the good and the bad. Just to give you a little background on me, I was born and raised in Casey County on a farm, loved animals, loved farming. I love everything about anything country. And as a young teen, I was very troubled with a lot of mental health issues that I wasn't aware of at the time. So I was very vulnerable in situations. For example, when I was a senior in high school, I quit school because of my bad attitude I had. I was very aggressive. I was a very aggressive young child. And so, therefore, I quit school with just a few months left to graduate. After quitting school, I then just started this downward spiral in my life to where I had no goals, no ambitions. I was just on a path of destruction, and anything in the way was just in the way. So, I then met my daughter's dad. When I met my daughter's dad, it was a beautiful thing. It was so beautiful. I was so in love. We had my baby. After we had my baby, once again, things started to spiral down. Um, Down along the road, I'm a mother of three. This was after I met my now husband, and we had two children together. And those are major points that happened in my life so far, you know. So at this point, though, I am a young woman. I'm about 25, 26 years old, and I was introduced to alcohol, not knowing the dangers of what alcohol could do or would do for me. I decided to have a good time with my friends, and that good time with my friends turned into 5 or 6 years of me being a full blown alcoholic. Along that path, I lost custody of my children. I've lost vehicles. I've been homeless. I have literally ate and not ate, right? So my life was unmanageable, and it was just ridiculous the way I was living my life. All my family had turned their back on me at this point because of the decisions that I had made. In 2022, I made one of the best decisions I could ever make in my life. I walked into the Shepherd's House in Danville, Kentucky, which is an IOP drug field. It's an IOP drug and rehab facility for clients in Mercer and Bull County. When I walked in here, the only goal I had was to not feel the insanity that I felt prior to that day. So when I came in, I met with the staff, told them what was going on with me. They encouraged me to continue a path. They encouraged me to be the best that I could be. It was a 6 month program. In that 6 months, I was offered a lot of different things. Like I was offered counseling, I was offered parenting. They offered me a GED course, and even then, I felt I wasn't good enough. I'm 32 years old at the time, and I'm not going to pass this test. I'm not going to be able to succeed in anything because I've never succeeded in anything. So, over a course of 2 or 3 months, I started taking GED classes with this lady that works for Bull and Mercer Education Center, and I obtained a GED. The same day that I obtained my GED, I applied for college at Campbellsville University in Harrodsburg. A few weeks later, I got an acceptance letter in the mail, one of the best days of my life. I continued my program in the Shepherd's House, and through my program, I regained custody of my children, and I am stable. I pay my rent. I own two vehicles now. At the end of my program, the president of Shepherd's House offered me a job. He wanted me to be an intern at the Shepherd's House, where I would be certified in peer support in the state of Kentucky, which means that I could teach classes and monitor people just like me and help people along the way and be an inspiration to them as well. I started working for Gravity Diagnostics, which is a drug testing facility out of Covington, Kentucky. They drug test for jobs. They drug test for rehab facilities. Like they offer phlebotomy classes to where I could go take blood. And that has turned into a career job for me. I've worked there now for almost a year. I still work at the Shepherd's House. I still strive to inspire people all around me, men and women, young and old, at all ages. I have a very soft spot for the community of the addicted, whether it be to drugs or alcohol. I am very Avid in my community. I do a lot of community service. I am on the board of directors when it comes to the Roadhouse, where they hold all the NA and AA meetings here in Danville, Kentucky. I am an inspiration to a lot of people, including myself. And my goals would be, I want to obtain a bachelor's degree in social work, to be a probation and parole officer, to help people coming out of jail to maintain sobriety and maintain stability. And I would also like to further that by going on to getting a master's in social work. And then the major goal for me would to be known as Dr. Stacy Ford. By the time I'm 43 years old, I would like to be established in probation and parole. I would like to be, like I said, referred to as Dr. Stacy Ford. I would like to have the highest level of education that there is to be offered to me. I want to continue on my path and continue to help out any person that's in need, whether they're addicted or not addicted. I think that in this life, a lot of people get down and they feel like they have to stay down, and people really believe that there is no second chances and sometimes it's too late. But for me, I know that that's not true. It was really nice to introduce myself to the class, and I look forward to watching everyone's videos. Thank you.